About 2 months after waking up on Kameshima and being taken in, Satoshi Aranami goes onto the roof of the Kisho ruins for some time alone. So it's like the same exact scene, just from her perspective. Two months have passed since I washed up on this island. 400 years elapsed while I was locked away under the sea, but I've managed to adjust to modern life somehow. Although sometimes I wonder why I bothered. So quiet on this roof of the Kante Kisho. I'm alone but for the wind rustling in the trees, the distant roar of the tide. It feels so good to have this view all to myself, to just let the soft sea breeze carry me away. It's a perfect spot for someone who wants as little to do with others as possible. But yesterday, someone came up here and ruined everything. Oh, never mind, that was yesterday. Ruined it all. That punk-ass Yuza. I was a little worried at first, but I've adapted pretty smoothly to modern civilization. The fact that I only have vague memories of my life from 400 years ago probably helped a bit. I still don't really understand how ships and cars move by themselves, or how electrical appliances and lights and things work. But it's not really an issue, to be honest. I know how to use them, and that's what counts. Most people who were born in the modern era could tell you that fridges keep stuff cold, but not exactly how they do it. It's actually pretty easy to get by if you can just accept that not knowing everything in detail is normal. Besides, it doesn't seem like life has changed that much for the fishermen who live on this remote island. Apparently, the big cities have greatly evolved with water and sewage systems, as well as subways. Waking up there would have been a lot more confusing. Guess I'll just keep thinking about things. Definitely not looking for mockingbirds anymore, I got them all. I really do love being alone, it's so calming. I have a good reason to isolate myself on this island. Soon, my life will be over. I probably have less than a month left. Whoever sealed me away seems to have had some kindness in them, at least. They allowed me to spend my last moments as myself, alive. But I can hardly feel grateful. How much living can you really do in a few months? A few weeks? That girl Tsukasa Aoi is always hanging around me. But I try to keep my feelings in check and act as cold as possible. Getting too close will only make things harder when it all has to end. I like to joke and laugh with them, spend time talking about our favorite TV series and stuff like that. Especially with Tsukasa, the way she reacts to things is so funny. It's really hard not to laugh and play along. I have to try so hard to keep my feelings under control. Cheerful conversations will only become painful memories for her later. And since running out into the woods and living alone isn't appealing, I just have to play my role as the unfriendly loner till the time comes for me to disappear. Just one more month of coasting along without making waves. But watching TV every day, learning more and more about the modern world. There's so much fun to be had, pretending otherwise actually hurts. Humanity has prospered. In the past, the common folk were preoccupied with surviving each day. Now, almost anyone can eat delicious food and sleep in a warm bed without having to toil day and night. People have time, freedom, entertainment. It's wonderful. I wish I had time to enjoy it all. Get on an airplane, maybe even fly to Tokyo. But there's not much chance of that, not with the time I have left. Still, I really wish I could try one of those game consoles that you can hook up to a TV. You can play different games by switching cartridges according to what they say on TV. Those consoles are so popular that it's hard even to find one. Not that I'm in a position to make demands, of course. All I can do is look at the picture in the magazines and dream about them. If I had a game console, I bet I'd play it all day. You know it, girl. Keep expecting Yuza to show up again. Anyway, there's no point in wishing for too much. I'm just grateful to be able to spend my days this way. It's all thanks to Wakamura. Please just let me watch TV for my last remaining months. That's not too much to ask, is it? Anyway, I shouldn't let my guard down. I've got to keep myself in line. No extravagances. I've just got to gently drift along and not rock the boat. I don't know, there was a lot of boat rocking happening. At least that was the plan, and yet, when speaking to him yesterday, I got completely carried away. I'm still mad at myself about it. Next time, I'll be more careful. Cool as a cucumber. Cool as a cucumber. Wait! Next time. Oh well. Yuza Minakuchi. Something about him makes me lose my cool completely. It's probably the shock of finding out that he's immortal too. Yeah, that must be it. And maybe being immortals puts us on a different wavelength from other people. That could be why I'm drawn to him. He seemed quite young. He can't have been immortal long. But to think mermaids are still around, even now. Wait a moment. I wonder if he knows I'm an 800-year immortal too. I hope not. If he does, it puts my peaceful life at risk. I have to kill him. I better make sure he knows to keep his mouth shut. I have to talk to Yuza Minakuchi again. Finding him is sure gonna be a hassle. He's behind me, isn't he? Gulp. He's right behind me. Ah! Ah, he's right there. That actually made me jump. No, I felt it. The way she said that made it seem clear for that punchline. Wish he'd wiped that look off his face. He's just looking. As if he's indifferent. I bet he's secretly proud of himself for being the one to startle me this time. Honestly, yeah, he probably is. You came back. So, you're here too, huh? Did I startle you? Not one bit. Startle me? Not one bit. It'd take more than sneaking up behind me to give me a scare. At least I was honest yesterday. You definitely jumped. Just admit it. No way. I knew you were there the whole time. Never mind that now. There's something I wanted to ask you. There's something I need to tell you too, but you go first. So, I was thinking about what you said yesterday, about that pretty rough thing, and it occurred to me. Could you by any chance be an immortal girl? You knew? Whoa, I didn't know it was that obvious. Haha, I knew it. Something about you was just different. You're not like other girls. So, I'm an immortal boy and you're an immortal girl. Can it be any more obvious? So he knows that he's immortal. Don't put it like that. Why not? That's what we look like, and it sounds better than people who become immortal by eating mermaid flesh. Besides, going by our actual ages or something would just get confusing. I guess that makes sense. Right? You might as well call yourself that too. Alright, I will. Anyway, as it turns out, I wanted to talk about the same thing. You knew you were immortal, didn't you? Yep, I found out just recently, in fact. Recently? I got swept out to sea and survived against all odds. I don't know if 5 years is recently. That's when I remembered being saved by a mermaid. Okay, never mind, he just got swept out in a different fashion. Saved by a mermaid 5 years ago, and it all started to make sense. Wait, saved by a mermaid? From what? Well, yeah, we don't need to go over it again. We're pretty aware of everything at this point. I had no idea. I hadn't even heard an incident like that occurred 5 years ago. And in the sea just south of Kameshima, too. No one really talks about it anymore. So a mermaid saved you and made you an immortal boy? Right, that's my best guess anyway. Not that I understand why a mermaid would go out of her way to rescue me. Anyway, I'm just happy I can finally talk to someone about this. There's still so much I don't understand. Since we're here, do you mind if I ask you some questions? That's fine, but I need you to promise me one thing. Never tell anyone about me being an immortal girl. Easy. I prefer people didn't know about me either. Good. I'd have had to kill you otherwise, so thanks for sparing me the trouble. You can't! He's immortal! You know, you're a lot tougher than I thought you'd be. Anyway, done. I swear on my life. Or lives. Whoa, look at you, making immortal jokes. You modern kids are something else. Honestly, it just came out. Okay. This might be easier than I thought. I just need to keep my guard up. I wonder what he wants to ask me. I don't remember much about the past, so I'm not sure what I can tell him. He's been immortal for 5 years, so he's not going to get any taller. Another 795 years as a teenager sounds pretty rough. I mean, that's also what you have to deal with, isn't it? So, what did you want to ask me? Oh right, how long does the immortal thing last? Is it really forever? 800 years, no more, no less. Wow, 800 years. That's a really solid number. Precisely. Good luck for the next 795. What am I, some fine wine? I need more than luck. That's 8 whole centuries we're talking about. Yeah, it's pretty rough. Like I said, I could tell you had a long time left. Huh? Huh. Being immortal for so long must give you an amazing intuition. Oh, and just checking, but is there any way to endure immortality? No, there isn't. You're not human anymore, and there's no way to become human again now that your human body is long gone. I knew it. By the way, how long have you been alive? This is my 800th year. I only have a month left. What? Really? It's a long story, but I've kind of been out of the game for the past 400 years. Now my life is almost over. 400 years is a long, long time. Only 1 month. You're way older than I imagined. So, is there anything I need to be careful of? What do you mean? Well, seeing as I'm stuck in this immortal body, is there anything I should avoid? Letting people know? Oh right, if you fall into a deep fissure or a pit of lava, they'll keep dying over and over, so don't do that. Yikes, that sounds terrifying. Avoid lava, got it. That's about it. I don't actually remember all that much. I guess that's how it is. Oh, and it'll get messy if people find out, so try to keep a low profile. You'll probably have to find somewhere new to live every few decades. That'll help you avoid suspicion. Living in the same place for too long is dangerous, huh? Oh, but it won't be easy living anonymously with the family registry system. You used to just be able to show up in a new place and start making a living. People did that all the time, but nowadays... Yeah, I bet it's way more difficult to move around than it used to be. Sounds real rough. Good luck with that! Great, thanks. The next day. We need to stop meeting like this. Not again. Are you gonna come here every day? It's not like I have anything better to do. Yeah, me neither. You know, you're the one who started showing up at my favorite place. I like it too. I have just as much a right to be here as you do. Besides, it's such a nice spot. Yeah, I get that. You said before that you come here to think. What do you think about? Stuff like, what sort of work could I do? I guess also, maybe Yuza trying to find information on his mom and mermaids was to help Sato too. Because he mentioned he had a time limit. If that time limit was Sato dying. But like, unless if she straight up tells him I would like to live longer, that seems like a weird thing to do. Stuff like what sort of work I could do. Oh, are you unemployed? Obviously, someone with a job wouldn't spend their mornings staring at the sea. Not everyone's lucky enough to have a cushy life eating free food and watching TV all day. Irk! Listen, can we cut this out? It seems utterly pointless to knock each other down every 5 seconds. True, I guess we can call a truce. I guess Sato just realized what she said was not nice. Hey. Is living for so long hard? It's definitely not a stable life. It can be really hard at times. But that's true whether you're immortal or not, isn't it? At least you don't have to worry about starving to death anymore. I mean, you'd probably feel the pains of it, right? Even if you get sick or injured, dying will fix it. That doesn't sound great. Oh, I accidentally got one of those slow-acting illnesses. It's gonna take me a handful of years to get over this one. I've never actually struggled that much because of my immortality, to be honest. Oh, is it really that easy? I mean, what if you really want to die and you just can't? Do you want to die? Well, not now, but maybe if I live long enough, I'll change my mind. Oh, I mean, I guess that is the question too. Does Sato... It matters if Sato just wants to live or not, right? When you said you got swept out to sea before, was that because you... Damn, I thought you were a super chill boy, but I guess you're a sensitive boy too. That's a rude way to say it. Seems that way. I was just as surprised as you to find that out. That's fucking heavy, damn. Come on then, what happened? Talk to your elder immortal. Geez, so they blamed your mother for the disaster 5 years ago and even shunned you because of it? Guess you mustn't have been keen to come back here then. I didn't want my gran or Azami to have to worry about me. It was a moment of weakness that pulled me back here, I guess. I'm not really sure. Regardless, I need to live as quietly as possible and stay out of everyone's way now. And that's why you come up here to be alone, huh? Well, I know how you feel. It's the same for me. The day after. Wait, so you were sealed in an underwater cave for 400 years? So she really did just remember a lot of stuff already, if we're having this conversation. Because she said she's good at acting like she doesn't know things, but like, she like cried about it when she was like, I remember everything now. Yeah, there was a reason for it, to keep something from happening, but I don't remember what it was. I guess she didn't remember the reason. I guess, like, she remembers that she was drowning and making her way to shore. But I'm awake now, so that must mean it's okay, whatever it was. Not quite. Jeez, that must have been terrible. Haha, pretty noble of me, wouldn't you say? If you wanted to worship me, I wouldn't say no. So this Azami Kumoi guy looks out for you, huh? Yeah, he's a really good guy. Too good for me, definitely. Honestly, I don't think I could survive on this island without his help. And yet you haven't told him you're immortal? No, I doubt he'd believe me. Besides, if he started avoiding me or something, I'd have nothing left. I don't think I could keep going. Not that you can die. True. Several days later. I see, so you've been acting cold because you don't have much time left, huh? I understand. Saying goodbye to people you care about isn't easy. Yeah, exactly. When you live as long as we do, you have to say goodbye to so many people. Come to think of it, being immortal sounds pretty rough. Well, it does mean saying goodbye a lot. You can see why some people see immortality as a kind of punishment, or hell itself. There have been immortals who became so overcome with despair that they turned their backs on the world and devoted themselves to religion. I guess Sato never became a nun. Like Yao Bakuni, so that's where that story comes from? But, you know, as far as I can remember, I've never felt like this existence was hell. Really? Yep, for those 400 years before I was sealed away, I just lived out my life. If you ask me, not everyone's cut out to be immortal. It's like anything else, really. Some people have what it takes, others don't. So what, you were just a natural immortal? Yep, it's like I was born for it. I see, there really is something for everyone. But I guess emotionally maturing to match the fact that you're 817 years old wasn't for you, though? You noticed? I'm self-conscious about that. Oh, sorry. Anyway, it takes talent to live for centuries without seeming to age a day. True, I wish I had that talent too. I'm jealous. Hope I'll be able to look at it the same way. Are you scared? Huh? Are you scared of being alone for the next 800 years? Well, yeah, that's part of it. It's also just hard to imagine myself living in the future. Makes sense. Yo, do you think they'll have the Switch 3 in the future? I probably would have been scared too if I'd known from the start that I had 8 whole centuries ahead of me. But I reckon it'll be okay. You might even surprise yourself. You think so? Yeah, you're a lot like me in some ways. So I think you might just be cut out for this immortal life. Huh. Are we alike? I hadn't noticed. Sure we are. Like how you start playing the fool when you're embarrassed. You've got me there. See? And remember when we first met? We started talking like we were old friends right off the bat. True, I remember thinking it was funny how I didn't feel awkward at all. I rest my case. If you've got the knack for it, another 795 years will feel like nothing. Blink and you'll miss it. Like nothing. I don't know if I wanted to go by that fast. Haha, exactly. In the end, you might not even feel like it was enough. Maybe your last words will be, I know I've lived 800 years, but come on, give me another few centuries. I get it now. You really are good at being immortal. So good you still don't want to die. Huh? You've only got 1 month before your lifespan ends. You must be scared too. You never despaired once at being immortal, until now. You're not wrong there. I mean, I lost 400 years. So I'm not nearly done with life yet. I want to keep living, more than anything. Of course I'm scared. I can understand that. It's not like you're on your deathbed and being given 1 month left to live. You're as healthy as can be. So, maybe it's time you stopped worrying. What do you mean? Since you don't have long left, why not spend the rest of your lifespan having fun? Live it out to the fullest. If you do the best you can with the time you have left, you might even feel satisfied with the life you've led in the end. Wow, I don't know why I didn't think of that. But if I get close to anyone, it'll only hurt them when I die. Yeah, but that's life. Yeah, but I mean, you could just let them mourn you. You've had to do that plenty of times, right? I guess I could be forgiven for being a little selfish in my old age. Exactly. If it helps, consider yourself forgiven. Does that mean you'll mourn me when I disappear? Of course I will. From the bottom of my heart. Really? Now? Really now? That might just make me happy. I don't know, that comma seemed weird to me. It made me pause, and I shouldn't have. Good, then here's the plan. You're going to have as much fun as possible, starting tomorrow. Tsukasa's coming back for the holidays too, by the way. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to hang out with you. She wanted to be your friend, you know. Oh, I'm liking the sound of this more and more. I wanted to be her friend too. Guess this is my chance to take her around the island. Oh, but while I'm at it... Yeah? You said your grandmother, Suyu, needed someone to talk to, right? Oh, yeah. It's just, we don't have much to talk about. She's always going on about what's on TV and I can't keep up. Haha, leave the TV talk to me. Oh, and I'd be happy to look after her while you're out working as well. Are you sure? That'd be a huge help, but... Sure, I'm sure. She seems like an interesting person to talk to. I'd love to spend some time with her. She's definitely something. You can't let your guard down around her, that's for sure. And she's pretty stubborn, not to mention, if she doesn't like something, she's not afraid to say it. I'll bear that in mind. You know what? I'm actually pretty excited for tomorrow now. I'm glad. Hey, Yuza? That's my name, don't wear it out. I know we initially came here because we wanted to be alone, but from now on... Can we come here when we don't want to be alone instead? Sato. Of course we can. I'll wait for you here, every day. After that, I decided to stop holding back and reach out to everyone around me. And you know what? They responded. They've started interacting with me in just the same way. So I've decided to spend my last few days having as much fun as possible. So much fun that I won't have time to fear the end. Of course, no one but Yuza and I know about my immortality, or what little remains of it. But these past few days have been so much fun. There are points where I can't even tell if I'm dreaming or if this is my new reality. And most importantly, Yuza's life and mine have continued to intertwine, as we meet at our usual spot day after day. We get along so well, being together feels like the most natural thing on earth. And it didn't take long for us both to notice how comfortable we were around each other. Before we knew it, we were being drawn together with increasing intensity, like stars meeting in orbit. That's very wholesome. New? Whoa! I didn't think there'd be more. The night. What night is this? Fuck. This is when Yuza decides he's gonna go looking for mermaids. I mean, this says conclusion, which would imply that this is basically the end point, unless if some other wacky thing ends up happening. I would very much like to continue this stuff. Yuza Minakuchi meets Sato Shiranami, a fellow immortal in secret over the past months, and grows closer to her. A decisive night befalls them. I don't think there's going to be any mockingbirds here. The cool night sky is teeming with stars. The wind gently brushes the trees as ocean waves echo in the distance. Looking over the sea puts my mind at ease. Oh, there she is. I don't think there's any mockingbirds around. We don't have much time. Honestly, we really should have made up our minds long ago. But there's still a chance. I refuse to give up until it's all over. When we were here yesterday, she told me how she felt. She said she loved me, that if it were somehow possible, she'd be with me forever. Alright, so actual love, then. It must have taken some real courage. I actually feel kind of bad for making her say it. Because I feel exactly the same way. Even though we've known each other for less than a month, I can't deny these feelings. I felt the same way, but I didn't have her courage. Either way, one of us only has days left to live, the other 795 years. Telling her how I felt would mean nothing. Worse, it would make parting that much harder. I thought I could bury my feelings somewhere they would never emerge from. For her part, I suppose she wanted to move on without leaving anything unsaid, with no regrets, even if nothing came of it. She knew it was futile, but she still said it anyway. And yet, once I let those feelings out, feelings that should never have been revealed, there was no controlling them anymore. No controlling these feelings, we're just standing there pondering. My desire to spend the rest of my life with her burned like a searing flame in my chest. We contemplated possible ways for us to remain together. And the answer came to us surprisingly fast, an answer that we shouldn't have even considered. But there was no time to concern ourselves with the right or wrong of it. We didn't even hesitate. Only one option was available to us, and we intended to take it. But there was hardly enough time to see it through. Hell, even if we had longer, the odds of our plan succeeding were dismally low. It was nothing more than our final vain act of rebellion. God, star-crossed lovers. It's so goddamn romantic. Hell, even if we had longer, the odds of our plan succeeding. Although, don't you think the age gap is a little problematic? Sato sits quietly, watching the ebb and flow of the tide. I wonder what she's thinking about. We'll find out in the next chapter. Is she carefully contemplating what comes next? Got nothing new from that. What are you thinking about? Huh? I was thinking about how we first met. A month ago? Yeah. Back then you said you wouldn't bother me. But you peeked over at me like 5 times, didn't you? What? I'm wondering if that... It's crazy how 5's the number. Does that correlate with just having her in your, like, peripheral vision? Because I was looking around a couple times. The, look at option had a lot of things, though, as well. Irk, I thought I was being sneaky, and you even counted the number of times? Hehe. But if you were counting, I guess you must have been watching me too, right? Ah, I didn't realize I was giving myself away, but you're right, I was looking at you. And so that's why you crept up behind me to scare me, huh? I wasn't trying to scare you. I just wanted to see your surprised face. That sounds like trying to scare me. So you were trying to scare me. Well, you honestly got me good. Haha, you definitely got me back the next day. But you said you weren't scared, though. I love that memory. With a memory like that, there's nothing else I need. I have no regrets. Come on, you can't be all fulfilled and complete already. We're only just getting started. Right, only getting started. That's it for talking? God, my heart won't stop racing. I've never felt this way before. At first, I thought it was simply because we were both immortal, that our closeness was a feeling of kinship. But it's more than that. I've never gotten along with someone so well, especially someone who's lived such a different life from my own. It feels like I found a missing piece of myself. My heart is whole when I'm with her. Our very souls are in harmony. Well, that might be pushing it a bit. Even Gran saw how compatible we are, and urged me to get married already. That was too embarrassing for me to tell Sato about, though. There's no way I can lose her. I can't even conceive of life without her. Even with 800 years of life ahead of me, I'll never meet anyone remotely as amazing as her. If there was some way to use my immortality to stay with her, I'd do it in an instant. Whatever form I would have to take, I wouldn't complain. I'd sell my soul to the devil if it would get me what I desired. We've made up our minds. We'll see our final wish through no matter what. Okay, I'm not surprised that this chapter is pretty short. But what does she think about this? The summer breeze feels perfect and the clear sky sparkling with stars. Nothing relaxes me more than the whisper of the tide and the breeze in the trees. I'm so happy. Let me look at him. I only have 2 days left. Finding hope at a time like this feels like a miracle. I'd all but given up. I never thought I'd get a second chance. When we were here yesterday, I told Yuza how I felt. I told him I loved him, that if it were somehow possible, I'd stay by his side forever. I had planned on taking those feelings to the grave. But then it hit me. There wouldn't even be a grave for me. Maybe that's why I blurted it out. I was prepared for it to go badly, but he accepted my feelings. Still, I only have 2 days left. It can't be any easier on him than it is me. After all, sharing our feelings changes nothing. It'll only make it harder to say goodbye. But Yuza confessed that he had been suppressing his feelings for the same reason. Hearing that made me wish I hadn't said it first. I can't help feeling like I lost somehow. But looking back, that moment was the only time I could have said it, so I'm glad I did. However, now that it's all out in the open, I thought we'd feel a sense of peace, but we don't. Far from it. We're not like a pair of tragic lovers in a story, bound to die beautifully together or anything like that. I mean, if we could die together, there'd be nothing to agonize over in the first place. So we started thinking of ways we could be together. The answer came to us surprisingly fast, but it was an answer that could be described as taboo. I mean, how taboo? Yuza asked me if I was sure I wanted to go through with it, but honestly, I didn't need to think twice. If that's what it takes, then so be it. All I want is to be with him. But we're running out of time. Although even if we had more time, the odds of our plan succeeding are almost zero anyway. Part of me wishes we'd made this plan much earlier. But maybe I need it this time for my feelings to reach their peak. Maybe this is just how it had to be. Better to think we made it just in time. I'll keep fighting this fate until the very end. I'm gonna look at him. This stud muffin. Yuza silently gazing out in the dark sea. I wonder what he's thinking about. I suppose he's seriously considering what lies ahead of us. What are you thinking about? Huh? Oh, just our height difference. That's stupid. No, you aren't. Oh, my height's been bugging you? Well, you know, we're gonna be like this forever. Don't worry, even with 15 centimeters between us, you look great, Yuza. Thanks, but that doesn't really make me feel better. I'm dying. Hey, it's not your fault you were only in middle school when you became immortal. Nothing you can do now. You'll just have to live with it. Man, if it had happened just 1 or 2 years later, I'd be at least 5 centimeters taller. Wait, even then I'd still be 10 centimeters shorter than you. Wow, that's crazy. Sorry for being crazy tall. It's fine, I don't care if there's 15 centimeters between us. You're still my adorable Sato. Oh my god. They're a little too cute together, it's kind of making me sick. Thanks, but that doesn't really make me feel better. Still, you must have stood out a lot back in your time, huh? Yeah, I was taller than most adult men back then. From what I can remember, I think everyone found me a bit creepy. Sorry to hear that. It's not like you could help it. Well, they treated me like some kind of monster because of it. Most people straight up avoided me. That's awful. On the other hand, I do remember at least one person back then who kept trying to woo me. Who was that? Was he a creep? Sounds like someone's jealous. Considering who I think it is, I wouldn't be jealous of that guy. Hey, I ain't the kind of guy who obsesses over his girlfriend's past. What's done is done. Haha, nice line. I bet you've been wanting to say that one for ages. Still, I mean, you've been alive for so long. There's way too much history to worry about. Fair point. Honestly, I barely remember him myself. Although, I don't think I liked him all that much. He was just somebody important I couldn't say no to. Or something like that. Huh? Really? That's good to hear. Oh, he's really happy about that. At least as far as I can remember. Anyway, I thought you didn't care. Well, I guess you having so much more experience under your belt makes me feel a bit out of your league. So much more experience under your belt makes me feel a bit out of your league. I think you flipped that. I see. Well, I'm the one who confessed to you, so I guess we'll call it even for now. Right, that works for me. Not sure what's even exactly, but I'll take it. I would have assumed he'd be thinking about tomorrow's plan. Never imagined he might be thinking about what comes after that. He's so sure we're going to succeed, knowing what that makes me feel so much more confident. His easygoing attitude is actually reassuring right now. I'm so glad he's here with me. My heart won't stop racing. I've never felt this way before. I didn't think I could feel something new after living for 800 years. The fact that he's an 800-year immortal too probably has something to do with it. With him, I feel safe. There's nothing I'd be afraid to tell him. But that's not all there is to it. There are some people who you could know for decades and still not fall in love with them. And then there are those you know you can't live without barely a second after you've met. Even a bond that's lasted centuries can fall apart in a single day. Love isn't measured by time. Maybe it's too much to say we're soulmates, but that's how it feels to me. Even Tsuyu's been saying that we should get married because we're clearly made for each other. I love that they both mentioned Tsuyu. Not that I've told Yuza that. It'd be way too embarrassing. I don't want to say goodbye to Yuza. It feels like I've waited 800 years for him, and now a lot of things might be destroyed tomorrow. Everything the islanders have been protecting, heck, even some relationships might crumble. But still, we're going to do it. We've made up our minds. We'll see our final wish through no matter what. Yo, what up? Why are you here? My apologies for the interruption. I simply wish to confirm your understanding of a certain point. Yuza Minakuchi and Sato Shiranami attempted in vain to hide their feelings for one another, and now they are hatching a plan. Considering how much you're remembering already, I'm certain you'll recall this fact as well. So let me ask you, what can be done to intertwine two lives that were never meant to stay together? Shotaro, Sato Shiranami must once again be shaved bald, be loved, be made immortal. Sato Shiranami must once again be made immortal, you say? That is correct, and you chose the right answer on your very first attempt. Well done indeed. I feel like it wasn't that hard to parse that one out, but I have made mistakes before, so thanks. I'll take the congratulations on that. Indeed, as there is no way to undo the curse of an 800-year immortal, the only way for them to remain together would be to somehow obtain the flesh of a mermaid. They believe they have no choice but to make Sato Shiranami live for another 800 years. As such, the plan they hatched was to obtain a second helping of immortality. A truly radical concept. Such a method goes against the very laws of nature, but it is not my place to judge. Please enjoy the continuation of their story. I really didn't think this story was going to be like a full-on romance plot, but I'm here for it. I told Azami about our plan to find a mermaid, and he agreed to help. We'll go diving tomorrow morning and hopefully find a clue. I'm sorry I can't be any more help, I just can't remember anything else. But I'm sure there was a mermaid on Ise-Shima. Don't worry about it, at least now we know where to start the search. It really seems like my mom had some connection with mermaids though, huh? Definitely. Suyu showed me that scale, and it really looks like it came from a mermaid. How strange would it be if it turned out your mom was actually a mermaid all along? Why do we keep bringing this up? Yeah, but even I think that's a bit of a leap. Are you saying that I'm an idiot now? I solved the one thing in one go. The storyteller was happy with me. If I start diving in the Southern Sea, people are bound to start talking about my mom again. Which will give us the chance to hear more details that we might not be aware of. That's the hope anyways. I've tried to keep my head down as much as I could until now, but I can't stand idly by anymore. Lately, there's been talk around the island of ominous signs. Maybe this will work in our favor. You mean people talking about the storm coming? Yeah, that could be just the push we need. Also, about the person you said you met today. Okay, right, timeline-wise, right. Yumeko Shiki from the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, was it? She definitely seems like she knows something. Yeah, there's something suspicious about her. Well, she did, like, outright say she knows things. I think she didn't pay much attention to me because she knows I don't have much longer to live. But she apparently has the power to detect immortals, and when she finds them, she locks them up somewhere. They've been watching me too, so they might already have their suspicions. I'll be careful. It's pretty wild to think that we're being hunted by government authorities, though. I guess people like us really can't be allowed to exist. I don't think they'd be too happy about us searching for mermaid flesh either. It'd be great if we could somehow get some information out of them. That might be difficult. We don't even know if they'll be coming back to Kameshima tomorrow. True, I guess we could always go to the mainland. She hasn't had the conversation with Wakamura yet. Yuza? Yeah? Do we really have to be so secretive about it? Couldn't we tell Tsukasa and Azami everything and ask them to help us? It's not that I don't trust them, because I do. It's just that the more people there are that know a secret, it's more likely it is to come out. Yeah, but like everyone knows now, so, you know. If people find out there's a way to become immortal, it would cause a total uproar. Even the police would be after us then. Heck, every person who wants to live forever would be looking for us. We can't force Azami and Tsukasa to get caught up in all that. You're right. If anyone is going to get locked up, it should just be us. Exactly. That's why we should keep our mermaid search as quiet as possible. Besides, if we told anyone else, it'd be harder to keep the fact that you're an immortal girl hidden. But won't it all come out when the police come around asking questions? I guess I can just play dumb and pretend I don't know anything until they come up with some solid evidence. We probably shouldn't let people know about us either. It'd just make it harder for us to continue our search. Yeah, I guess you're right. Let's try and stay apart as much as possible from tomorrow, just to be safe. As of now, I doubt anyone knows about our relationship. Yeah, I'm sure no one has caught on yet. Suyu obviously has. Let's avoid all unnecessary contact while we each continue searching for mermaid flesh on our own. We can set specific times to meet up and share information, but we'll have to make sure no one sees us together. Right, I'll avoid interacting with you in public. But if we need to contact each other in an emergency, we can leave some kind of signal at a place we often walk by. Oh! Oh, I know. I'll leave the Kameshima keychain in front of the town clock. If you see it there, do you think you could come to the roof of the Kantakisho? Oh, that's the one I gave you. Okay, Kameshima can be our go-between. Well, I guess that gives us 2 days to find what we need. I know it'll take a miracle, but we can't give up. Right. Alright, so when did we see that? That was when we saw Yumeko again in the town square. Although I don't know how much that really matters. It would have been the point of contact option, right? Which would potentially mean they met up. Do you think we're gonna really fill out all of these? No, right? Like, that would be crazy at that point. Well, I guess we conclude, but I feel like there's more. We still need to technically find the mermaid again, although I still kind of wonder if the title screen is what it is. Yuza comes up with a plan to prevent Kippe Yakoma's curse and entrusts it to Soto Kiru. Now, for the moment of truth, it's going to be good because it's not the bad ending. Hahaha, 2 or 3 people died from that curse just now. I hope you're happy with yourself. No. Tell you what, if you snivel and weep and beg my forgiveness, I'll let you off ease. Huh? Oh? Something's off. Could this mean they found a way to stop the curse? Ah! So many beautiful business cards. God, what the fuck? Paper butterflies. Look how smug Azami is. Whoa, I still can't believe what I'm seeing. Those cards actually turned into butterflies and started flapping around? Turning a bunch of business cards into a swarm of shikigami. Only you could think of something that out there, Yuza. No, I thought about it too. I just accidentally added one, like a third wheel. I figured if you could turn a piece of paper with someone's name written on it into a shikigami, business cards would work just as well. And since Mr. Kiru was able to extend the effect to cover the entire island, I was sure it'd work, but it's still a relief to see I was right. It was a great idea. Now all we have to do is track down those cards and leave the rest up to Mr. Kiru and his powers. Or aren't they going straight at him? Stop right there! Now that your curse is useless, I have no reason to hold back any longer. I don't know what that said, but let's go. Taruno Tomoshige, I hereby place you under arrest. God, that fucking hurts. Screw you. Osato, how dare you toy with me, you fucking bitch. Sorry, thanks for the offer and all, but I'd rather you died alone. Curse you! How could you do this to me, Osato? Why? Come along quietly. I'm warning you. It will be worse for you if you don't. Gah, fuck! Damn it! Gah! Osato, you... And so, Kipai Akoma was arrested, and the last of the calamities threatening Kameshima was averted. Both Mr. Kiryu and Mrs. Shiki thanked us again and again. They seemed truly grateful for everything we had done, including putting an end to the curse of the raging waves. Azami seemed pretty pleased with himself, even though he brushed it off as only natural for us islanders to defend our home. Apparently, the Coast Guard is on its way to assist with the investigation into Mr. Wakamura's death. Mr. Shiki and Mr. Kiryu are planning to use the Coast Guard's boat to escort Akoma to the mainland. Speaking of Akoma, it seems he's accepted his fate and confessed to everything. About 6 years ago, with the support of wealthy tycoon Yoshiatsu Yamashina, Kipai moved to Ise from the countryside with nothing but the clothes on his back and eyes to make his fortune. We read that already. His true identity is Taro no Tomoshige, a member of the Hike who gained immortality 800 years ago. Tomoshige has spent the past 800 years working alone in the shadows, possessed by the single desire of restoring the Hike. His plan has remained unchanged: obtain wealth and status, gain the power of immortality, build up an immortal army, and rise to power through force. He perhaps came closest to this goal during the Sengoku era when, as Kamatsu Sadamune, a vassal of the Kuki clan, he managed to invade Ise-Shima, an island said to be the dwelling place of mermaids. But this attempt ultimately ended in failure. Refusing to give up, he continued to devise various schemes after that in pursuit of his goal, but none of them met with success. As the modern age approached, his accumulated resentment eventually grew so strong that he gained the ability to wield it as a curse. Since attaining this power, he has sought out young men with no family of a similar age to him and used it to kill them without leaving any evidence, before going on to assume their identity. He disposed of all their bodies at a point in the sea near Toba where the current happened to stagnate, the perfect spot to ensure they would remain undiscovered, except they were discovered. Approximately 6 years ago, he murdered a youth by the name of Kipai Akoma and assumed his identity before approaching Yoshiatsu Yamashina in a bid to wile his way into his trust. A strategy he had used multiple times before with other influential figures. Once he had gained it, he planted the idea of attaining immortality in his mind and encouraged him to begin searching for mermaids. However, a careless comment by Shinobu Wakamura revealed that Osato, a girl Tomoshige had been close to during the height of the Hike's power, had also become an 800-year immortal and was currently living on Kameshima. Tomoshige felt a sudden, intense longing for that long-lost time, and in that instant, his ambition seemed to lose all meaning. Nearing the end of his life and beginning to feel a growing sense of futility at his failure to fulfill his goals, he perhaps wished that someone who knew him would recognize his solitary struggle and show appreciation for his efforts. Feeling that this chance at reunion must be fate, he became singularly fixated on the idea of finding Osato and reaching the end of his life together with her. To that end, he conferred his curse stone to Kikuko Tsutsuo, who he had stationed on Kameshima to monitor the sacred sanctuary, and tried to threaten Osato into giving herself up. However, when he lost contact with Kikuko, he realized that his plan had failed, and with the end of his lifespan drawing near, decided to head to Kameshima himself. Fortunately, he had secretly been supporting those who sought to lift the curse of the raging waves, and the culmination of their efforts saw the curse broken at last. However, at the time of its dispelling, Tomoshige found himself confined to a cell in the Yamashina estate. Yoshiatsu, whose patience with him had worn thin due to the increasingly selfishness of his actions, including his abandonment of his search for mermaids and the Tama Tobacco, had decided to punish him for his insubordination. This would prove insufficient to stop Tomoshige. Sensing that the curse had been broken and desperate to reach Kameshima, he used his curse to kill Yoshiatsu without hesitation, having placed the symbol it used as a target throughout the mansion in advance. Upon reaching Kameshima, he headed straight for the Wakamura residence, making sure to hand out his business card to any islanders he encountered on the way. After handing his business card to Shinobu with a pleasant smile, he pressed him to hand over Osato without delay, before using his curse to kill him on the spot upon his refusal. Feeling the end of his lifespan fast approaching, only one thing mattered to Tomoshige now: finding Osato and fulfilling his desire to die together with her. Alright, none of that was really new. information. We got all of that. Anyone else get an update? No. We didn't get like a secret update about how Sato and Yuza are lovers. Well, he didn't actually name any names. Kikuko, who was under house arrest after plotting to use her curse to commit murder, is going to be escorted off the island with them. Before Mrs. Shiki and her assistant departed, they summoned me for a private word. Huh? You want me to join the Paranormal Affairs Bureau? It was Soto's suggestion, actually. He's quite impressed with everything you achieved. And I'm all for it. It would make it easier for you to keep your immortality a secret. Maybe even put it to good use. Wait, are you saying it'll send me into dangerous situations just because I can't die? You know, I actually hadn't thought of that, but it's not a bad idea. Good on you, Yumeko. I think not, ma'am. That would make it impossible to keep his identity a secret. I know. I was just kidding. A shame, though. I heard that. Even so, Yuza, this would require rigorous training to help you harness and control your psychic abilities. The offer only stands if you are prepared to put yourself through that, and it won't be easy. Do you think Yuza, in his 800 years of life, could have developed a way to go back in time and create an outcome? Well, I mean, it would have had to have... I mean, I guess he could have in the bad ending, but to perchance create an outcome where he could save Sato, that might be a little too crazy. Still, seeing as you'd be under our surveillance, you'd be able to go about your life with a little more freedom, and not be put to sleep for 800 years. Seems to me that's not a bad deal for someone in your position, all things considered. So, what do you say? I mean, what's the other option? What happens if I refuse? Will you arrest me? Well, we do have you to thank for wrapping up our investigations here. So if you'd prefer a quiet life on Kameshima, we'll turn a blind eye and leave you be. Alright, that's fair then. But I will punch you. But just so we're clear, at the first sign of you being on the move, we'll be on our way over here to take you away. Okay, I understand. In that case, I'm gonna need some time to think this over. Would that be alright? Really? I thought it'd be an easy decision. But I suppose there's plenty of time. Just contact me when you've made up your mind. Oh, before I forget, there's something else I've been meaning to ask you. Yes? The funny thing is, I wasn't planning on coming to Kameshima at all today. Then, out of nowhere, I changed my mind. That wasn't your doing, was it? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? Because I still don't know exactly what happened. See, I kept getting this feeling I was being watched, or even manipulated. Especially this morning, when I changed plans and set out for Kameshima. It didn't feel like my decision somehow. It was almost as if someone was guiding us here. Oh, actually I felt something similar to that as well. I thought it was the Tamakazuki doing it, since it only started happening after that encounter. But why would you think it was me? I don't know, something about it reminded me of you, like it was close to you or something. Close to me? Anyway, it seems I was wrong. Though I'm not sure what else it could be, unless I'm possessed by a spirit or something. That is out of the question. If either of you were possessed, I would be the first to know. Given that even I cannot perceive the origin of this sensation, it must be something truly extraordinary. The thing is, I also get the feeling that we have this mysterious watcher to thank for everything turning out the way it did. Right? That's how it seemed to me, too. Well, whatever it was, I can't sense it anymore, so I suppose there's no use worrying over it now. That the situation's been resolved. Now that the situation's been resolved. True. And that's where we left it. But then... Well, I'd rather talk to Avi, but I guess we'll deal with this freak. Sorry about your dad being dead. Oh, yeah, he's still not doing well with it. We bumped into Shotaro, who seemed to be on the verge of a mental breakdown after hearing about his father's death. He had already heard about the arrest of the culprit, a man named Akoma. However, it quickly became apparent that it wasn't grief that was weighing on him so heavily. Churchero, I don't even know what to say. I'm so sorry. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to help you through this, okay? Help me through this? What, do you think I'm sad or something? Spare me your inane comments. I didn't mean to upset you. Churchero, could you calm down? It's not like you to shout like that. Huh, as if you plebeians could understand my troubles. Ah, but since you're here, Sato, pack your belongings and get out. I won't have you in the house any longer. Wait, what? You're immortal, aren't you? You're not even human. It's disgusting. Wow. So Shotaro was just a scumbag all along. Not only that, but you trampled over what feelings I had for you. I have no obligation to care for you. You are a plague upon this island, and I hope I never see your face again. Then I guess there's nothing left to say. What gives, Shotaro? Why are you being so horrible all of a sudden? Yeah, Shotaro, you're being a real jerk. Did you have to go that far? Oh, shut it. I can't afford to be nice anymore. Not that I expect you to understand that. You have no idea what it means to inherit my old man's legacy. Pretty sure it means you're lucky. He was loaded, wasn't he? Ha, shows what you know. Let me tell you something about my old man. He was good at what he did, but reckless. He racked up heavy debt, walked a fine line between huge payouts and total ruin. All his successes were a combination of killer luck and sheer cunning, making his shoes almost impossible to fill. Not only that, but he had his fingers in a lot of shady pies, from loan sharking to land speculating, that kept him just this side of the law. Whoa, really? Taking over for him means shouldering all of those risks myself, and if I can't cut it, it's a one-way street to bankruptcy. That's what the old man saddled me with. It's all up to me now, and there's no way out. Chotaro, you just gave Tsukasa the ick. Isn't turning the inheritance down an option? Are you out of your mind? If I did that, I'd have nothing left. And after the upbringing I've had, I couldn't handle being poor. Damn it all, what am I to do? Which is funny because, technically speaking, Tsukasa should have an inheritance, I think. So if he just wasn't gross, and maybe if he would accept Tsukasa's feelings. Really, if he just wasn't gross, he could have had a chance. Hey, Shotaro? If it helps, I sort of get how you feel. Huh? You? What could an impoverished nobody like you possibly understand? Well, you see, I'm kind of in the same boat. What are you saying? I just love that she's able to say this to him. Oh, you're talking about that thing you found out about today, huh? Yeah, guess Churchero is the only one I haven't told yet, so it turns out... Tsukasa repeated her story, which we had heard earlier that day. When the Coast Guard arrived to investigate Mr. Wakamura's death, a detective from the prefectural police accompanied them and requested a meeting with Tsukasa. The officer announced that the tycoon Yoshiatsu Yamashina, alias Unkaku Dono, had passed away and that his will had just been unsealed. It stated as follows: I, Yoshiatsu Yamashina, hereby bequeath all my assets to Tsukasa Aoi of Kameshima. An official notice would be sent to her at a later date, but the officer had thought it best to give Tsukasa a chance to prepare herself ahead of time. As soon as she heard the news, Tsukasa's mother let out a whoop and raised her arms in a victory pose. She made quite a spectacle, jumping for joy and shouting things like, "Take that!" and "Jackpot!" And I knew he'd pay off sooner or later. I love Tsukasa's face for this moment. Shocked and confused at this previously unseen side of her mother, Tsukasa had bolted from the house without a backwards glance. What? You mean to tell me that you're going to inherit Yamashina's estate? All of it? It's a mystery to me as well. He was, like, really famous, right? I can't wrap my head around it. What was he thinking, leaving all that to me? It's too much. His total assets add up to something like 5 billion yen at least. That's what I was told. I can't even imagine it. You don't say. No one's given me a chance to turn it down, but I don't know how to handle this. Still, he did try to kidnap Sato, and who knows what other shady stuff he was up to. Can't help feeling I should take responsibility. Tsukasa, are you seriously gonna accept? I guess so. I feel so lost, but I mean, if Shotaro's in the same boat... Well, it's a big deal. He'll become a millionaire overnight. He'll be like a celebrity. You don't have time for us little people anymore, huh? Huh? I don't want that. If I can't hang out with you guys, I'm turning it down. No, Tsukasa, the inheritance is yours, as it should be. There's nothing to fear. I'll help you. You mean it? I'd be super grateful, but... Of course, I've always known you were a clever girl. You'll have no trouble handling Yamashina's estate. In fact, why don't we be partners? You can be my girl, my fiancé. Huh? Oh boy. What the hell, man? You can't just pop the question out of nowhere like that. Unkaka Dono was one of my old man's backers. I'm sure it would be easier to manage our estates if we combined our wealth. Oh, but I... Haha, come now. There's no need to be coy. I know you're fond of me, Tsukasa. Huh? How did you know? What? You wound me. How could I miss the heat of your gaze? I am not so unfeeling as you suppose. Yeah, sure. Besides, the feeling's mutual. You've grown into an attractive young woman. Don't think I haven't noticed. You have? I mean, Oh, this is all too much. Tsukasa. This is our chance, don't you think? We've known each other for so long. There can be no doubt we're a match made in heaven. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. What should I do? I don't know anymore. My mind's gone blank. This is just too much. I need some time to think. Wah! Tsukasa, wait up! Haha, even your blush is adorable. I'll be waiting. Don't disappoint me now. That's enough, Shotaro. You've taken this way too far. Oh? Do you have any idea how much Tsukasa cares for you? Her feelings for you are real. I understand her feelings perfectly. Better yet, I reciprocate them. Don't tell me you have an objection. You bet I do. You're just using her. Anyone can see that. The timing's way too convenient. You were actually also being like a super big asshole to her, like only a moment ago. If you go through with this, you'll just end up hurting her, you heartless jerk. Not only are your manners lacking, but your wits as well. You are mistaken. My feelings for her are genuine. You liar. You looked like you were drowning till you found out about her inheritance. There's no way someone as selfish as you could make Tsukasa happy. I suggest you drop this. Frankly, it does not concern you. Azami. Grrr. Must I spell it out for you? This is between Tsukasa and myself. Keep your nose out of it. God damn it! Well, now that we understand each other, I'll take my leave. And off he went. But there was more to come. Okay. Surely things will work out. Out of nowhere, Avi and Circe, with whom I had barely spoken to in this future, came up to talk to us. Hey, aren't you the kid who dealt with the curse that was hanging over the island? When I learned of your heroic deeds from Yumeko, I simply had to make your acquaintance. Oh, nice to meet you. I've actually heard about you as well. Oh-ho, you hear that, Circe? Our reputations precede us. I wouldn't go that far. We just stand out too much. Oh no, I've only heard good things, I promise. You're Arnav, right? The fantasy author who's come to Japan looking for adventure? What's that? Did I hear you say the bachelor fantasy author whose novels don't sell and who had to empty his savings just to visit Japan? Yep, that's what he said. Humbug, I say! Stick a sock in it and mind your own beeswax. See? I knew Yuza could do it. Now that's just creepy. How do you know my catchphrase? I assure you, that was the first time I've uttered those words on Japanese soil. Whoops, I mean, I guess it just came to me? It would appear you have a mysterious secret up your sleeve, Yuza. Who, me? No, But setting that aside for the moment, there's something I'd like to ask you. This afternoon, I was struck by a sudden desire to visit this jetty. Might you have had something to do with that? Huh? You too? You mean I'm not the first? Yeah, someone else asked me that as well, but I swear I haven't done anything. I see. Another question. I hear the request to put Circe's Shikigami ability to use came from you. Mind telling me how you knew about that? Well, I guess you could say that Tamakazuki is responsible for both of those things. The Tamakazuki? I see, so you encountered a Tamakazuki bearing the memories of a different future. And you believe that this same being, or creature, or what have you, has secretly been guiding all of us ever since? Huh, I've never heard of anything like that before. That would explain how you knew about Circe's Shikigami. If your theory is correct, I suppose we should all be grateful to this Tamakazuki for bringing about such a peaceful conclusion, but... On the other hand, I nearly died because of this. Really? So what, last I checked you're still kicking. Yes, well, one can't help feeling a little used, as it were. Though I suppose I ought to be thankful for my life nonetheless. Besides, it would take a lot more than this to upset me. I've made it through all manners of do-or-die moments and deadly situations before now. Wow, you must be pretty tough. I'll never get my hands on that treasure now. Still, I suppose I did get quite an adventure in exchange, so fair is fair. Well then, good luck to you, Yuza. Oh, thanks. All this curse business has tuckered us out, so we'll be spending the night here on Kameshima and setting sail for home on the morrow. I'm glad I had a chance to speak with you before we left. You've my gratitude. Take care now. And off they went. After that. You know, after knowing that I've collected all 20 mockingbirds, I just kind of don't care about anything else anymore. Can we just get to the credits? I'm joking. That's a joke. Later, Tsukasa called us together, saying she needed to talk to us tonight. We decided to meet up here. The police investigation was in full swing in the town center and around the Wakamura residence. But out in the bay, everything was quiet. You okay now, Tsukasa? Kinda. Some lawyer wants me to go meet him the day after tomorrow. But I'm not sure what I want to do yet, and honestly, I'm still in shock over what happened earlier. Tsukasa, don't rush this, okay? You shouldn't make a big decision like this till you feel ready. This is about your future, no one else's. You gotta think it over carefully and do what's best for you. Azami. You're right, thanks for worrying about me. But I didn't call you guys out here to talk about that. Tato, there's something I've gotta know. Oh, okay, what is it? See, I overheard a bit of what went down with the coma when I was up on the roof earlier. You've been alive for 800 years, right? And it sounds like your lifespan must be coming to an end pretty soon. Was that for real? Sorry. I didn't know how to tell you. So it's true. Yeah, I don't remember anything from that far back, but I've always known how long I had left. Seriously? Then how long? I think tomorrow might be my last day. Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow night. This body of mine will fade away like a spray of sea foam. Why didn't you say something? There's so little time left. Isn't there anything we can do to delay it? Come on, please tell me there's some way to change this. We don't have the option yet. We have to find that. Oh, Yuza. No, we'll get to it. Don't worry, Yuza. I wish I could say otherwise, but there's nothing we can do. No, I don't want to say goodbye. Please don't leave us, Sato. Ah. Sato. Tsukasa. Please, there's no need for tears, Tsukasa. The truth is, I'm content with this. We know that's not true. You are? I am. 400 years ago, I became a sacrifice to protect everyone from the curse. And now, not only is the curse of the raging waves broken, but so many other problems have been resolved as well. Like with the mermaids in Tomoshige. After all this time, everything is finally settled. Kameshima is finally safe. It's a happy ending. Thanks to you guys, I fulfilled the purpose of this long life I was cursed with. It actually meant something, and for that, I can't thank you enough. Stop it, Sato. That's not true. Huh? All of that is just stuff you got mixed up in. You never asked for any of it. So don't say you fulfilled your purpose. This isn't a happy ending at all. You shouldn't have had to go through any of those things. None of it was your responsibility. Sato, from the moment you were made an 800-year-old immortal, you've just been used. She's right, Sato. You deserve a way better life than that. If all you've done is get dragged into Tomoshige's schemes time and time again, that's just too sad. Look. Be honest with yourself. Are you really content? What about your happiness, Sato? My happiness? After being forced to live for centuries, this can't be how you wanted things to end. You haven't had a chance to do anything for yourself. If you don't get to live happily, at least for a little while, after all you've been through, it'd be so unfair. I couldn't stand it. Thanks, Tsukasa. You're the best friend I could ask for. When I said I was content, I meant it. I really am. I was never supposed to live in this modern age. When I gave my life to end the curse, I thought that would be it. But it wasn't. I got to experience a time unlike anything I'd ever known and meet so many people. Every day has been a whirlwind of activity. Above all, I've made some really good friends who care for me so much they'll even cry for me. I've had so much fun these past few months. I can't even begin to describe it. It's a miracle. I've been happier than I ever thought possible. So I have no regrets. Seriously. Sato. I'm so sorry. I feel so powerless. I just wish I could do something for you. Me too. I'm sorry, Sato. If I'd only known. I've been so wrapped up in my own problems. Aw, You know, I've always been the one left behind. I've never had anyone grieve for me. Turns out, it's a pretty nice feeling. Being the center of attention suits me just fine. Don't hold back now. Haha, geez, Sato. Only you could say something like that at a time like this. Sato, Yes? I'm so sorry. Seriously, I feel so bad. I wish I could have. Yuza. Oh, I didn't know you were such a crybaby, Yuza. Come on, can't you be your usual goofy self? I could really use a laugh. You guys feel that bad, huh? Then I guess you'll just have to make it up to me. For starters, you'd better keep our promise to hang out tomorrow. And I expect you to enjoy every last second to the fullest. Do that and I guess I'll forgive you. So I guess that happy ending wasn't so happy after all. Sato. You're leaving the island tomorrow anyway, right, Tsukasa? Yeah, probably. Then no more tears. If we can have just one more day of fun, spend one more day together like we always have, nothing would make me happier. Haha, sounds to me like you're letting us off easy. So you think, but I'm counting on you to help me overwrite all those bad memories with a bunch of happy ones. It'll be a busy day. Sato. Right, then that's what we'll do. Yeah, you can count on us. Dozens of happy memories coming right up. Hey Yuza, quit moping already. That was your cue. If ever there was a time for one of your oddball jokes, it's right now. Yeah, I know. That night, we stayed out in the bay, talking and swapping stories until the sun came up. But there was a rule. We had to answer any questions Sato asked us honestly, without hiding anything. Which meant that gasps and chuckles inevitably followed each new reveal. We chatted for hours without once running out of things to share. We talked about the past, the future, our dreams, everything in our hearts. And throughout it all, Sato couldn't stop smiling. As for me, I was determined to etch every detail of Sato Shiranami into my memory. Every word and gesture, every expression on her face. Sorry, that decided to end. Okay, so what can we fucking do? Because we aren't going to end it with that. That actually did get me pretty emotional there. I mean, I still have my idea. Maybe it'll work now that everything else is concluded. Because I can't imagine you could have gotten the real ending in the 7 Mysteries until you've done everything else. So, potentially that might be a thing. I mean, storyteller has to come up, right? And then, the night after our meeting, Sato took a boat and went out into the bay alone, saying that she didn't want any of us to see her disappear. That was the last we saw of her, before she abandoned her transient form to the gentle waves and left this world behind for good. However, before she departed, she told us her final wish. And I vowed to carry it in my heart throughout the centuries that lay ahead as my own personal curse, impossible to dispel. It was a simple wish, in Sato's own words. Remember me until your last breath. Sato Shiranami's curse. So, can you give me like a hint? It would help. You've done well to make it this far. I applaud your efforts. Here ends the tale that has been painstakingly woven over the past 800 years on Kameshima of Ise Bay. Thanks to you, peace has descended upon the island once more. For that, you have my sincerest gratitude. I mean, technically, like, 400 of those didn't really have anything to do with Kameshima, but whatever. While a few sacrifices may have been made along the way, we must content ourselves with the fact that they were within permissible limits. Now, while our story does end here, if its conclusion does not sit quite right with you, you may wish to explore possibilities that would result in a different outcome. On the other hand, I could simply tell you what the missing pieces are, if you prefer. Fuck, okay. No, could I use a hint? I think the only other things, like, so the main thing is we need mermaid flesh. I don't think it's the, switching the, like, timeline stuff with, getting the box away from Avi. I don't even know if that matters for anything. Like, I don't know how that would turn into a bad end or not. I'm gonna take the hints. I know Yumeko mentioned something about remembering something from your past. I'm gonna say no thanks. I had a feeling you might say that. I almost didn't. My apologies for making such an undignified proposal. I wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. I shall take my leave of you now until next we meet.